Saulo, ole sea la ka 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 Saulo, 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 ole sea la. I'm so unserious. Dubalam Bumba 7 this week. We are in another edition of Kula Vega Mali for real, for real, for real. You know what? Mudima Rabedi Tapelo Zarona Yala Vega blind. Or else Lirena Robetama 16. Robeta Lozama 16. Rokona Ragadi Velar. I'm joking. This week we are in the Range Rover Velar P400e and let's have a conversation. To let you guys know about the cars.coza app and website where you can check out all the new and used Velars if you want one. If you're looking for a Velar, you can find it all over there on the app and the website. It is available on Apple, Android, and the Huawei App Gallery. Also, you can check out the latest reviews and car news only on the cars.coza app and website. And secondly, guys, don't forget to watch those ads. We really, really do need to watch those ads so a girl can make her bag. On the exterior, I think the Velar is a very beautiful car, guys. You have these LED headlamps and these LED daytime running lights that literally just dial up when you are driving and dial up when you start up the car. It's a very bespoke looking car finished in this beautiful grey color, this grey hue. I think it's absolutely stunning. I love the sloping roofline and how it just comes together at the back. So at the back, it looks like this for me. It looks like it's looking like this. I don't know if when you do your things like this, like, yeah, it looks like ISO. Ogara ISO, like by Gwinzenyana so. And you have the Range Rover badging on the front, on the top of the bonnet, on the bonnet lid there, and you also have it at the rear, the boot lid. You have the Velar badging over there. What's nice about this is that the location of the fuel tank and the charging pod are literally on the same angle on each side. So on my left is the charging, on the rear left is where you charge it. So it's a plug-in hybrid, and on the right is where you put in your petrol, right? And I think it's a very beautiful car. It sits on these beautiful 21-inch wheels with this gloss, finished in this gloss, this matte grayish kind of vibe, and it has a red calipers. I think it just looks beautiful. It looks the part. It has the stance. You also have a sunroof. You have this beautiful, like it's just a beautiful car on the front. This large grille, the Land Rover badging. What are those cars just? Like young kids young futumaza like on ever so get cheap bara Velar like Velar get cheap. Moving on to the interior, absolutely nothing short of amazing. I think you guys obviously have seen this interior on other vehicles in the on my channel. You guys know this interior is a very Range Rover kind of interior. You have this ox blood kind of contrast going on the dashboard and the door panels. You do have it also on the seats. You have heated seats, you have cooled seats, you have all these nitty gritty and all these creature comforts that this car just has quite a lot of them. You also have this large scuttle-like steering wheel, which also has the ox blood red contrasting leather on it, and it's leather stitched. You have a multifunction steering wheel, this digital cluster up in front, which is very easy to use. That's what I like about it, and looks very legible. The graphics in Land Rovers are absolutely amazing, because even with the small infotainment system screen, the graphics are beautiful. We'll get obviously into like the user interface and how it is in terms of when we get to the verdict, but in terms of the compactness of the screen actually works, weirdly enough, because it doesn't now overpower the whole dashboard. You have a sunroof, you have a black roof lining, you have a Meridian sound system, you have electric seats, you have a 3-way memory seat, so you can have 3 people's seating positions stuck in here. I love the minimalist look in this car. This gear lever is just slotted on its own. You have 2 cup holders up front, ample storage space, which also can double up as an armrest. You have also more cup holders there on the door bins. I have so many water bottles in this car, guys. Like, they're all empty, and I just need to throw them out. But I think this car in the interior is very beautiful, even on the rear. On the rear, you have electrically adjustable seats, so that the seats can either retract or recline Kore, I'm so impressed with this thing, and I think it just looks the part outside, even on the inside. I think it is absolutely. So now, let's get into the drive. What is powering the Range Rover Velar P400e? So the P400e is powered by a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine that produces 221 kilowatts and 400 newton meters of torque, mated to an 8-speed gearbox. Now, P400e means that this is a hybrid. This is a PHEV. Remember earlier I said that, and I showed you guys that you do have a bit of a charging pod, the charging point there. So this means that with the electric motor, this vehicle produces, combined with the petrol motor and the battery together, this all produces 297 kilowatts and 640 newton meters of torque. And I think those are crazy numbers. Those are absolutely extra. And then espresso. But like I said, sorry, you are getting, so from the combined petrol engine and the electric motor, you're getting 297 kilowatts and 640 newton meters of torque, which is absolutely insane. This car weighs 2.2 tons, but this is a car that does not look like it weighs 2.2 tons, and it does not drive like a car that weighs 2.2 tons. When you literally put your foot down in this car, it just sprints off the line. The body just lifts up in front. It just runs. It's just so elegant. It's so graceful. And it's like, it's just running so beautifully. It just drives so, it's just such a beautiful, such a very dreamy, such a very graceful drive. And obviously, this is probably not a car that's meant for 0 to 100 in 3 seconds, whatever. It's not really a performance car, but it carries itself and its weight very, very well. What I love is the transition from the petrol motor to the hybrid. From the hybrid to the petrol motor, from the battery to the petrol to the engine. Very seamless, very quiet. It has a bit of a whizzing sound when you're on the outside, when you're driving. It's like, ooh. It's actually quite nice, but it's a very serene kind of drive, if you guys get what I mean. It's not a car that you're expecting to do hectic cornering in and you are looking for all these agility and dynamics. It's already there, but this is a car that's meant for a very leisurely drive. It's a car that's meant for the school run, going to work, going on long distance trips. It's just a very elegant and a very graceful car, and it's a car that's saying Zala nastele, like usapapa, usajaha, don't do too much, man. Act like you've been here before. Like, I'm a Velar, you know what I'm capable of. Don't make me do funny things. Very graceful, very beautiful. But we'll get more into that in the verdict. I'm currently doing 10.1 liters per 100 Ks, and unfortunately my electric motor, the electric range is finished. So I think Range Rover claims about 65 kilometers when you fully charge this little battery, and that little range allows you for very menial maneuvers. So maybe when you're parking, when you start up the car, it kind of helps you save a bit of fuel. But once this battery is finished, doesn't mean that the car's not going to be drivable. You just run on the petrol engine. And I think it's just a very nice car. I think it's prompt in terms of the gear changes, so very little to fault in terms of the driving dynamics. Now, let's get into the verdict. What does Rover think of the Range Rover Velar? So, the Range Rover Velar is very much a bespoke kind of vehicle. When I look at the Range Rover range in J as a product, you have your Sport, you have the Land Rover Defender, you have this one, then you have the big SV Autobiography, and they give you quite a lot of options in terms of their SUV lineup. And I've driven the Sport, I've driven that big body SV, and I've driven the Defender. But I think this is actually the sweet spot out of the whole range. I loved the Sport, but the pricing is the one that deterred me from it, and it's very obnoxious. It's a car, yeah, mponeng, and I like that about it. But this one also has mponeng ela, man. There's this other thing that the Velar has. It has a bit of more grace and a bit of more elegance than the Sport. I don't know how to explain this. This vehicle aims to rival cars like the GLE and the X5. I think I'll put in the Cayenne, but it's a bit cheaper than the Cayenne. But yeah, it aims to rival those kind of cars, and I think compared to the GLE and the X5, this has just a bit more luxurious element as opposed to the other two. And this one has a bit of a better trump card. When you're out with the gents or the whatever, you just say like, oh no, I drive an X5, yeah, M50i, M50d, no, GLE 400d, GLE 63, whatever. You just say, oh, I drive a hybrid Velar. it just rolls off the tongue, and it's just this experience. And that's what I love about Range Rovers. They are an experience, a very foolproof experience. And I think I did mention this on my socials, that these are kind of cheat code kind of cars, because they're just very, very good. There's an Evoque there. This Evoque is actually, it's cute. Like, their products are very pretty, and the interiors, the quality, very good quality materials, comfortable seats, very beautiful and very sprightly and very energetic drives. The cars look great. They look the part. There's very little to fault on these cars. However, there are some things I don't like. One, the fact that there's no conventional volume button whatsoever anyway. So the minimalist thing works, but it also doesn't work, because I need to just feel the conventional knob. When you want to change your volume, you have to do it on the steering wheel, which can be a little bit jarring. And the other thing is that PIVI, well, the infotainment system, or the tech in this thing is called PIVI. She's not very intuitive. She's not very easy to use. So she's a bit jarring, because when you open her, there's just a whole lot of icons that pop up, like, bah, 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 bah. And sometimes you're just like, what do I need to do? You know, navigating to fix the audio settings, it's a bit of a hassle. And sometimes you can't just plug your phone and go. You have to connect via Bluetooth so that CarPlay can work. So it is a bit like this infotainment system thing is a bit, it has a mind of its own sometimes. So it's not very intuitive. And another thing that I don't like is Meridian sound, this Meridian sound system. Meridian, as it's on its own, Illuso is very pop. I don't care what anyone says. Meridian bass back. It doesn't sound, it doesn't, like, I don't know if you guys know that song it released, that this is not a promo. This is not a promo. There's a song, yeah, Sir LSG, but a Sandcastle. So I was playing it and I was like, man. Pina inyaka Haman Kadon, or inyaka Meridian 3D. And that Meridian 3D, I've experienced it in the Sport, in the Range Rover Sport. So if you are getting this car, make sure you spec the Meridian 3D just for a better sound experience, especially if you're a audiophile like me. I don't know if that's even a word. But yeah, if you're an audiophile like me, get the Meridian 3D. Let's get into the pricing. So this car is priced at 2,202,700 Rand. And I think that is actually quite decent considering what you're getting. Like I said before, the only thing I'd change is probably getting a better sound system. But it's an experience. Noise insulation is great. This air suspension just smooths out the bumps very beautifully. Range Rovers are quite the cheat code, man, because I mean, obviously you guys can argue and say that you'll get better driving dynamics in an X5, which is fair, but here it's a bit of a more of an experience. You're buying into the elegance, the experience. You're buying into something that's very regal and something that's very, a bit underrated. I do feel like the Velar is underrated. I never took note of the Velar until I tested it. The ones that we focus on a lot is the Sport and the big body SV and the Defenders, because they have the presence and the stance. But this thing is actually it's very regal. It's very, very proper, and I think it's a very great family car. I think it would be great if you want to take the kids to school, long distance runs. I think going to work also, and I think it's a peach of a car, and I think we should take note of the Velar a little bit more than we do. So let me know what you guys think actually about the pricing. Do you guys think this car is worth 2.2 million? So ultimately for me, I will have to give the Range Rover Velar P400e a good 9 out of 10. This car is absolutely exceptional, and I think it's quite underrated. We focus so much on your Cayennes, your GLEs, your X5s, your Range Rover Sport, Defenders, and the big body SV, the Kim Kardashian, and I think we're forgetting this. It's so regal, it's so elegant, it's perfect in its own right, very little to falter on. When you put your foot down, that sprint is absolutely there. Fuel economy is also quite decent, I think, for an SUV of its size, and considering that it's a petrol, 10 liters for me is quite decent. I've done about 621 kilometers on a full tank, and I'm going to fill up a bit. I'm on a quarter tank now. And I think this car is absolutely exceptional. So now 9 out of 10 makes sense for me, and I really loved it. I really think that this is a car that we should look out for. I love the X5, I love all of those cars, but it has a very underrated, this very regal, this very alluring demeanor that I think I cannot get over. And a lot of things about this car, the quality, amazing. So yeah, guys, mudim kupara ba ithapelo za rona kulava ka mali for real. And re khweshumela ho yo cherete. Rekhweshumela sizosebenza sizoyithola leyo mali. Kumele sisebenze. Siyanicela Jehova, siyanicela, sicela imali nje. Amen. That is it from me, Boma Server. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Let me know what you guys are getting for 2.2 million rand. Are you getting this? Are you getting the Velar? Are you getting the Range Rover? No, man. What are you getting? Are you getting a BMW X5? Are you getting a GLE? Are you getting a Cayenne? What are you getting for 2.2 million rand? And let me know what you guys think of the Range Rover Velar P400e. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. I am not feeling too good. My nose is blocked. I hope my voice didn't give it off. So I'm currently on my way to pantry. I want to look to charge this car and also get something to eat and also get like some ginger shot or something that's going to just open. You know, Vicks rap rapo. Like kitsuhile dinkotsa ka dithibane. So I need to go look for something so I can. Yo, guys, there's this other bug going around, I guess. Marakin, I went out on Sunday. Ke sa apara. Ke re no go khatlisa bafana ke re go bontsha abafana the boys hore ke me bjang bona no ka lwala mara itse keng ho rata dilo sengwenyana. Guys, okay, sharp, bye bye, I'll see you in the next one, bye.